Hello, guys. How are you? I'm not sure I'm live right away. Do you hear me, guys? Uh, I was with HCC here. I think I lost him. So let's give me just a couple of seconds, guys, to start the live. How are you, Kate? Can you tell me if my sound is okay? Just let me know. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, what's up, man? I need you to ask me something. Can I show you something?
Yes. What's in
the
the box?
What's in the box?
I literally can't hear that phrase without thinking of this movie now.
To me, man, is one of the best movies ever made. Just my opinion is fantastic.
I agree. It changed the genre and has become a measuring tool against every other psychological thriller.
100%.
Compare, yeah.
Hey, look who's here, your friend.
He's all of our friend, the Captain Howdy.
Captain is awesome, man. We have Big Fish, Small Pond. Hello, guys. Thank you for being here. So I hope you're going to enjoy the live. We're going to talk about this fantastic movie, Seven, today. Thank you, HCC, to be here again. So cool to have you here. So, man, I think I watched this movie at least 20 times, expecting to have a different ending every time. Of course, it's not going to happen. We are going to spoil the content here because I think everyone watched this movie, right? So,
yeah, if you haven't seen this, what are you doing with your life? You need to go watch it.
What do you think if we start with the initial credits of the movie, just to have like an introduction here? Maybe I can play the intro. What do you think?
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with that. Give me just 1 second, and can talk about the credits, man, because those credits are like this intro is like a mini movie by itself, in my opinion. So let's go with that.
So would you consider this a psychological thriller?
Man, give me just 1 second here.
All right.
It's hard to say what type of movie is this. I think it's a combination of a lot of styles. You can call it horror. You can call it psychological thriller. You can call it crime detective movie. To me, it's like a combination of all of this type of styles, man. By definition, it's a neo-noir
yes,
movie.
they definitely
That's
noir.
the definition we can give it. But to me, it's a combination. Even drama is there. You have everything is there. It's that fantastic, that awesome that it's even hard to say what kind of movie is this. What do you think?
Yeah, so psychological thrillers is kind of my favorite genre. Thriller, psychological thriller. I consider, some people consider that a subgenre of horror, but like you were saying, it kind of crosses over into detective, drama, maybe even a little bit, but this one definitely has horror aspects. So I agree. That's one of the best movies ever made. It has a twist at the end. Now every movie has to have a twist, and I don't know if they started it, but
Yeah, it's like an imitation of this one. This movie marked that generation, and after the movie, there was a lot of movies trying to imitate this one in the twist, in the content, in the darkness, the psychological aspect of it. Of course, no one was as good as this one, like The Bone Collector, etc. That saga that came after Seven, it was like an imitation from this masterpiece, I can say.
I would say
So,
the newest movie to try to capture the feel of this style of movie was The Little Things with Jared Leto.
oh, so awesome. And Denzel Washington.
Yeah,
Yeah, Denzel Washington was the detective in that movie, the Little Things.
and also the dude from Mr. Robot too. He was
Yeah, exactly. You're right. He was like the colleague of Denzel Washington in that
yeah.
movie. What a casting, huh? You have the guy from Mr. Robot. You have Denzel Washington. You have Jared Leto. And what a movie! I love that movie too. It's crazy.
Well, the captain earlier, I was talking to him, and he was like, I was telling him what we were about to do, and he said that this movie Seven was like the best up until this point that Brad Pitt, in this movie, Brad Pitt really showed that he could be an actor.
Yeah, he's not only a handsome guy.
That's right.
He, he's not just a face, huh? What an actor, man! It's awesome.
Hey, Mel, good morning.
Mel is here. Hey, how are you, Mel? Nice to have you here. We have a good crew, man, today. We have the captain, we have Kate, we have Truth. Huh? That's cool.
Kate said that she hasn't seen Seven, but has seen The Little Things. So, yeah, you definitely have to watch it now if we pique your interest.
That's a sin. That's the eighth sin.
That's
Not to watch Seven, man. Come on, Kate. You have to watch it. So,
I think
sorry for you, but we are going to give you some spoilers today.
True.
What?
The Milton's Paradiso and Paradise Lost, and using the religious aspect makes this movie like extra creepy, right? I think when people use religion as a way to justify murder is one of our biggest like problems with society throughout time, but it still holds that power of, oh, this is, he's claiming to be doing this for God or whatever, but he's a serial killer, so very contradictory.
Exactly. You have a good point here, the contradiction. And I remember now at the end of the movie when the two detectives and the killer are inside the car and they are having this conversation, and the detective Somerset, Morgan Freeman, asked the killer, okay, but you are like a messenger from God, but you are enjoying the things you're doing as well. So it's like, I don't know, man, that religious aspect is fantastic. The symbology, the dialogues, everything is so good. And as you said, the movie is creepy, but it's not that, it's more suggestive than you don't see too much gore. Of course, there are creepy scenes, but it's more the things that you don't see, which makes you scared. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I honestly, the heroin user scene like freaks me out the most. He's all skinny and you think he's dead and he's like, rah, or whatever.
He just wake up
Yeah.
after nothing. That's crazy. That guy was during 1 year. The killer was maintaining alive this guy during 1 year. You can see the deterioration. over time of this guy, and he was just alive. It's freaking crazy. It's one of the creepiest scene in this movie, man.
All the books, none of them. When they go into the apartment, they figure out basically who did it, and they go into his apartment. They find all those handwritten books, and it's just mental illness. None of it's numbered. Like there's no way they could pour through all of them to find the correct information, and that guy had been going down a path of severe mental illness for a long time, but still very functional in society, like enough to survive and plan and
to have this calculated plan.
Yeah, the dedication that would take to the perceived cause of the offender.
Like when you were talking about the notebooks, you know that the production, they hired people to write during 2 months those notebooks. It's not just a pile of notebooks there. It's actually, they hired people for 2 months to write the notebooks in that type of calligraphy, let's say.
Oh, wow.
So you can see the extent of the work they did.
That's a lot of detail that never saw the light of day. Some of that stuff ends up, in collectors' hands, though, too.
Right, exactly. What about the filmmaker? Do you want to talk about David Fincher?
Fight Club. Mindhunter was really good. I'm getting feedback now for some reason, but an echo. But yeah, David Fincher is one of the most famous, filmmakers there are.
Yeah, I think this is we can consider this movie as his first action movie, because before Seven he made Alien 3, but he was just hired to fix the mess in that movie. We cannot consider Alien 3 as his first movie. So if you consider Seven as his first movie and right away it's just a masterpiece.
I didn't realize that. Yeah, he was. Yeah. Wow.
Then he made, as you said, the Fight Club, Zodiac. Zodiac was fantastic.
I love that movie. It doesn't resolve. David Fincher, I remember seeing an interview with him talking about trying to sell the idea of the Zodiac movie because there's no resolve to the movie. And it didn't do great, but it's gathered a following over the years.
No, it's a cult movie. It's a classic, man, already. He made The Game also. And what's interesting about David Fincher is that he was doing music videos before being a cinema filmmaker. He was working with Sting, he was working with Madonna, with Nine Inch Nails. So he came from that generation of MTV, and we can see that aesthetics in his movies. The intro we just saw with the Nine Inch Nails music, and it came that comes from his experience as a music filmmaker, let's say.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the guy is fantastic. I love David Fincher, man. That's crazy.
The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is an amazing movie.
Fantastic.
I even like Gone Girl. It's the woman's version of Fight Club.
that was with what's the actress? I forgot the name of this girl. I love that girl.
I wasn't familiar with her as an actress. Oh wait, maybe is that Rosamund Pike?
No, yeah, I think it's her. Rosamund Pike. She's a British actress, no?
She's the Amy Dune character.
It's beautiful woman. I love her. what I love also about this movie, the casting is awesome. We just said that we have Morgan Freeman, we have Brad Pitt, we have Kevin Spacey, the killer, we have Gwyneth Paltrow, which is the only ray of light in this movie. The movie is so dark that
Yeah.
the girl is the only ray of light in the movie. But I love the relationship between the detectives, between Detective Mills, who is Brad Pitt, and Detective Somerset, who is Morgan Freeman. Brad Pitt is like the rocky one, the new kid on the block. Somerset is the guy who is retiring.
Yeah,
And
he's ready to go.
at the beginning, there's a lot of friction between them. They are touching his balls one to each other. Then you see that the relationship becomes a relation of respect, and
Yeah.
then at the end, it's like a friendship. Is fantastic that the way that relationship was presented in the movie. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that friction helped the Brad Pitt character arc, and to really solve it. But then, pure tragedy at the end.
It's one of the best endings, man, ever.
Yeah,
We can,
I mean, just horrifying. And then what would you do in that? Would you kill him in that situation?
for sure,
Yeah, same. Yeah,
for sure, right
absolutely.
away. And it was not supposed to happen that way, but it was Brad Pitt who insisted in going to that ending. He said, "That's in my character DNA. I have to kill the guy because it was supposed to be the other detective, Somerset, who was in charge of doing the final killing, but that's not gonna give justice to the movie." And so Brad Pitt himself, he said, that's not the way the film is gonna end. I have to do it myself. I have to kill the guy. And in that scene, you can feel the pain, man. You see the face of Brad Pitt, and he says it's painful.
Well, he just found out she was pregnant too.
Fuck me. That's one of the worst. It gives me, holy moly, man. It's horrible. Huh? And the city itself is like another character. Everything is dark. Everything happens during the night.
Yeah.
Even when there's some light, it's raining. It's like the city itself is hell. I don't know, man. It's like another character in the movie. Yeah?
Gritty. I describe it as like gritty. Is like a that darker coloring and the way they did the lighting. Like you said, everything seems like it's at night, even though sometimes it's during the day. Like the first one, the glutton,
Oh,
where it's like the house was boarded up or something.
exactly. And sometimes the scenes are so dark that you can't even be too much. It's your mind which is filling the gap. Is That's fantastic because yeah, the cinematography is so good, but at the same time it's so dark that you cannot see so much. So you feel those surfaces with your mind. Is so psychologically. It's it's awesome. It's fantastic, man. And the movie happened during 7 days. The number seven is very important here. So we have
Really?
yeah. The killer. He's supposed to complete his masterpiece, which means killing seven people related to the seven capital sins over a period of 7 days. So we have the numerology aspect too in that movie.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, is is beautiful, and I don't know. There's a lot of psychological aspects and something that is just like a metaphor. Let's say. Remember when the guys, Brad Pitt, his wife, and Somerset, they were in the Brad Pitt's apartment having dinner together,
The
and at
train.
one point, the whole apartment shakes so much, like an indication that something is not going well. Is everything is unstable,
Mm.
and they just laugh about the situation. It's like the only moment when you can feel, you can breathe, because everybody is like laughing about what's happening there. It's so intense, so dark that yeah, that was an interesting moment. The whole apartment shaking when the train passes.
It's kind of the moment where you fall in love with Gwyneth Paltrow, and then like you don't necessarily suspect that she's gonna be murdered later.
Yeah, no, and the way she dies, we don't see that. As a lot of things, we don't see that in the movie. But at the end, when the killer is talking to Brad Pitt, and he's telling him, I went to your house this morning. I tried to play husband with your girlfriend or with your wife. It didn't go well, so I had to kill her. I cut her head. Oh, that was impressive. Huh?
Very
The
creepy.
dialogues are perfect, man. And what about when the detective goes to the police? No, the killer goes to to the police station.
Oh, right,
So,
turns himself in.
I'm here, guys.
All part of the plan. Yeah.
All part of the plan. That's that's something. I'm just freaking nerd of this movie. I just love it.
And convince them to take him to a location to where he could complete his plan in actuality.
Exactly. Yeah, that was just freaking awesome, man. I loved it. Um, Another thing that is makes you like nostalgic also. This is the type of movies that happen just before the technology runs the world. We don't
Right.
see cell phones. We don't see, at the time, the technology was not running the world as it is today. So it was like part of that last period of, I don't know, how can I say, analog mood, let's say, I don't know. So it's,
Yeah, they couldn't just go. He had to go to the library. He couldn't just Google, Paradise Lost. So
exactly. And even the special effects, we are not talking about something too elaborated in terms of digital things. It's just like it's most like a practical effects, And I love that because I don't know, you can feel more closely the atmosphere. What is it? I don't know. You connect much better than we do today, in my opinion.
I miss the days of where they would build creature suits and claymation to do certain scenes, and the digital age is, well, now that we have AI, they're actually using AI to create entire scenes, and they don't have to spend very much money anymore to on sets, right?
Exactly.
Um, but it still doesn't feel right yet.
Now,
It'll get good enough eventually.
yeah, over time it's getting better, but we are not yet there, in my opinion. Huh? That's just my opinion. Another thing that is really uh, thick, I don't know, is that the killer had the opportunity to kill the detective Mills, Brad Pitt. It was just a decision he could have made at one moment, but he decided not to do it. He was like playing God.
Right.
And at one point during the movie, in the final scene, he said, "You're alive because I allowed you to be alive. You're gonna remember me every time you see yourself in the mirror. You're alive because of me." So it's really intense, you know.
That's torture in a way. Yeah.
Torture, psychological torture. He was just playing God. And even if he had admitted at the end that he was a sinner, because one of the seven sins was the envy, and
Right.
that's where he
He
that's
envied the normal life.
exactly the normal life. You said it. And during the whole movie, he was not talking about envy. He was talking about admiration. Every time he talked to Brad Pitt, he said, I admire you." When he talked the first time in the phone, and he saw that he was almost caught, he said, I admire you," and he uses that word a lot of times during the movie. Admiration, admiration, admiration. But at the end, we know that it's not admiration; it's envy. One of the sins, no.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So no, man. I just love this movie. I get excited when I talk about it.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. I'm that way with Fight Club, which is David Fincher again and Brad Pitt again. This movie's been what year did this come out? 95?
795, yeah.
So, I mean, I remember that made me 14 years old.
Do you remember the first time you watched the movie or not? Where were you?
I don't remember the first time. It was probably renting the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Going to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
The Blockbuster time, man. Just before Netflix and Amazon Prime.
It's funny. I tell my kids things like, we're older than Google, or we've been married longer than cell phone or internet was on cell phones. That's a real fact. I've been married since before the internet was on cell phones.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, 20 years ago, 95. Shit, 30 years ago? This is almost 30 years ago?
Yeah, man. Wow.
But see, some movies are timeless, even if they don't have cell phones and technology. I think it's a wonderful option to be able to omit the strange technology we all have, because we can still currently half the populace can still remember a time when we didn't have them.
Right.
But I bet the younger generations are like, when a movie doesn't have the technology in it, like, why would you do this? I can just Google this and be done out, like.
It's so easy now, huh?
Yeah.
So easy. It's the same when you want to listen to a song. You just go to Spotify or to Google or YouTube and you have the song right away. It's so easy. Before you were like listening to the radio device, waiting for the song to play and play record, and you were like, "Oh my God, it's the best day of my life." You have the song.
If the DJ talked over the first few seconds of the song, that sucked too. But you had that recording.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. When we were talking about the killer sparing the life of Brad Pitt because he had the decision. Sorry, my dog is crazy right now.
That's okay.
He took the decision not to kill Brad Pitt, right, the detective. And earlier we were talking about Alien 3, which was the first movie made by David Fincher. And I don't know if you remember that scene where the alien is breathing just next to the Surgeon Ripley.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah.
And the alien decided not to kill the Sergeant Ripley. It's like he took that element and he put it into Seven. You know what I mean?
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Every time you watch the movie, you find a new thing there, man.
Honestly, serial killers are alien to humanity. They don't understand emotion and things like that. You know what I mean? Like they don't feel like everyone else.
Exactly.
So they are very alien and apex predators, really. Because we're already at the top of the food chain, and one higher is people hunters. So
Yeah, I agree. You want to pass through the chat to see what the people are
yeah.
saying? Gonna go since the beginning.
Hey Mar.
So I don't think I ever been the first person in a chat before. This I'm gonna go. Again, the captain. He agrees one of the best movies ever made.
You should
we all agree.
You should do one of these with the captain.
Man, you have to help me.
I will. I promise.
Yeah, man. I would like. The captain is like my superhero, man. For real.
And you should do 8mm with Sleuth Intuition.
8mm. I made a video about snuff movies, and I talked about 8mm and Thesis. I don't know if you know the movie Thesis. It's a movie from Spain. It was before 8mm. I think 8mm is a copy of that movie. The real one, the real McCoy, is Thesis. That's awesome, man.
Wait, which is it? The Spain one?
Thesis. I'm gonna play the
yeah, show it to me.
The trailer here.
Really, I watch a lot of thrillers in English subs because a lot of really. Have you ever seen the movie called Wreck?
Yeah.
That's
like 3 of them, huh? Wreck 1, Wreck 2, and Wreck 3.
Yeah. Zombies. I love zombie movies.
Yeah. Let me show you this trailer, man. Because you have to see this movie. If you love 8mm, you have to watch this one. It's gonna be just 1 minute. Let me show you this.
All right, cool.
¿Has visto alguna vez un muerto?
¿Tú qué crees?
No me refiero a un muerto en televisión.
Figueroa.
Estás desvariando.
No estoy desvariando. Encontraste al viejo muerto y le robaste la cinta, como si lo vieras.
Esta cinta es mía.
¿Y qué pasa? ¿No la puedo ver?
Un psicópata.
Puede que Bosco no tenga nada que ver con esto.
Te has enamorado del malo, imbécil.
Creo que alguien ha estado registrando mi teléfono. Me van a matar.
Man, this movie, I mean, multiply 8mm by 10. And of course, you can have it with subtitles in English. It's fantastic.
Yeah, let me just Google that for later.
I'm telling you, 8mm is a copy of this one.
Yeah, I'm sure that happens quite a bit, where people will go through and find good movies in other languages and then remake them in English.
Exactly.
Thesis.
So, what's in the box?
What's in the box? Head.
Head. This is so sad. Imagine the feeling of Morgan Freeman when opening the door. Huh? Oh, crazy.
Yeah, Somerset knew in that moment what was about to happen was really bad.
Yeah, the captain says 7 is one of the most haunting movies I ever seen. You totally need to see it. That's for real. Not one time, multiple times.
So Captain told me about Pontypool, Sorry, he just commented again. And it's I would consider it a psychological thriller. There's definitely some tension that you feel as the watcher. It's a good like into the world type movie. Have you ever seen Pontypool?
No. Pontypool.
That's the
Is that
Cat's
new or
favorite movie.
Is what? Sorry? Pontypool.
Yeah, Pontypool.
N-T-Y. No. I never saw. No, never. What's that movie about?
A threat takes over the world, and they're trapped. It's survival horror kind of, but it all takes place inside of a radio station.
Ah, yeah. No, it's first time I hear about it. Okay, good recommendation.
It's a zombie,
Noted.
basically.
Okay, cool. Big fish, small pond. The killing is playing God. I think he was trying to say that he was the messenger of God, but yeah, he was playing God at the same time for sure. Transporting and the butterfly effect blew my mind when I was younger.
I love the butterfly effect. Also, Memento and the
Memento.
mechanic. Memento's
Yeah.
hard. You really have to watch it several times before you,
Yeah,
because you want to believe that he's innocent, but no, he did it.
the one from Christopher Nolan. Huh? I think it was the first movie he made. No, it's awesome. As you said, you have to watch it 3 or 4 times at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I had to Google it to understand some aspect, because I was unwilling to let go of what I thought was his innocence. You know what I mean, as the character.
Yeah, it was a Guy Pearce, right? I
Yeah,
think.
was he in anything else? I don't know.
I don't know, man. And the fact that the movie was made like flashbacks and it goes to the past, comes to the present is sometimes hard to follow, but yeah, you have to be very attentive to understand.
A friend of mine, True Crime Recliner, he and I were told about a couple movies by someone we became friends with. The one in particular I'm getting to is called Old Boy.
Ah, yeah.
That's
It's a Korean, Japanese or Korean, I don't know. The original one. Korean, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. There's a remake made in Hollywood with
They
forgot the name
remade
of
it with
the-
Josh Brolin, which
yeah,
isn't
just
good.
Brolin. Yeah.
It's not as good. The original's
No.
much better. The fight scene in it is the best fight scene ever in a movie. Considered one of the very best, anyway.
Usually the originals one are best. But yeah, Old Boy was amazing. What about this comment from your friend Cold Truth?
Is that even a question? Visionary and mission-oriented serial killers. You know, Mel brings up a really good point. There was a time where even the Delphi case, it seemed like it could have been, you know, we didn't know what was on the scene, but it seemed religious maybe in nature, like a mercy killing almost to save their souls.
Yeah. Why do you say that?
I don't know. It was just like a rabbit hole, basically.
Yeah, I got it.
You know, just we have different theories throughout the 7 years. There were a lot of theories.
Junior Johnson. The scariest movie I ever saw was The Night of the Living Dead. I saw it at the drive-in when it came out on LSD.
Ooh,
That's
Yeah,
a classic, huh?
they're coming to get you, Barbara. I actually like the 90s version a little bit too. Not as good as the original.
Is 90s or 80s?
So
Maybe
Night of the
it's
Living
90s.
Dead was 60s. Yeah, the original.
Sure. Lily is catching the video 1.5 speed. Thank you for that. Lily, Seven is such a brilliant film. I haven't saw the little things. The little things is awesome, man. And Denzel Washington was supposed to be the detective in Seven too, but he refused.
Really?
Yeah.
Denzel was like, I actually was going through and watching like a bunch of Denzel movies. He definitely loved playing the detective in murder mysteries.
Right. No, he's awesome. I love the guy. And even Al Pacino was offered to be part of Seven, but I think he was busy doing another movie at the time, so he couldn't make it.
Really? Interesting.
I'm hearing my echo too. You're right. Now I'm hearing it.
So now I don't have an echo. Oh no, we both do.
What do you do?
Sorry. Is that better?
I think so. Now you have it. Now it's good for me. I don't know if it's good for you.
It'll be all right. We made it this far.
Yeah, man. Let me see. Captain again. A hidden gem, and one of okay. He was talking about the Pontypool. Okay, I missed that. Pontypool has some Orson Welles vibes.
Yeah.
Now you pique my curiosity right now, man. I have to watch it for sure. We have Rescue All the Dogs here. How are you there, Rescue? So what else can we talk about Seven? What about the seven capital sins or the seven deadly sins?
Sure. It's funny how pop culture influenced Christianity, because the seven deadly sins isn't in the Bible, right? But Milton's book, Paradise Lost, heavily influenced religion, the Christian religion, from that point forward. Like the idea of the seven circles of hell and all of that comes from pop culture.
Yeah, and I think at the beginning, even sadness was part of the seven sins, but that changed over time. They took out sadness and they put another one. I don't know which one. Maybe greed. I don't know, but they changed a little bit over time.
What are they here? Lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, wrath, envy, and pride.
Gluttony is there?
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah. We have Just a Bloke. 2 horror films terrified me: The Exorcist and Event Horizon. Creeped me out. I don't know about that. Event Horizon. Did you watch that, HTC?
What's that?
Event Horizon.
I love that movie. It is.
I don't know it.
Oh, you definitely should.
Yeah, it's an old movie or 97. I can see here.
They go down into like a submersible station, like research station, or wait, is it in space? I might be mixing two movies together. Yeah, but they basically they find this orb that reflects your worst nightmare.
Wow. All right. Now I have two movies to do my homework. Event Horizon and Pontypool. It was productive, man, today. I can see that. What would be a good movie to talk about next time? What do you think? Maybe True Detective?
Sure.
That's
I really loved 1, 2, and 4 of the seasons of those.
yeah. The third one was not the. What was the one with the Colorado? That was the one that was not so. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing that.
Maybe I am. Yeah.
But the first one was the best for sure. I liked the other ones, but not even close.
Oh, it's on Max. Okay. Let me just look real quick so I can remember correctly. Yeah, I really like Night Country. I thought it was done well. There's always this supernatural angle to the True Detective seasons, but then you find out it's not supernatural.
The one with Jodie Foster, right? The last one.
Yeah.
Awesome movie. And now I can see also a similarity between that show and Seven. You remember when we have like 4 or 5 guys frozen, all of them? That was like a scary scene. And it happens that one of them was alive.
Right.
He came to life. Just like in Seven, you think that the guy is dead and he just wake up. Yeah, I think maybe it was taken from there. I don't know. Maybe I do just the relations that are not that, but I can see a similarity there.
I don't know who made True Detective. Written by Nick Pizzolatto.
Who wrote the first one, the first season 2? I think he wrote all of them, I think. There's a girl called Isa Lopez who participated in the last True Detective season 2. I think so.
Yeah. Isa Lopez. Yeah. Season 4.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Nice.
But nothing like the first one. The first one is just perfection.
Yeah, it really is.
Detective season 1 is the bar is too high.
I can't believe they made that in 2014 or released it in 2014.
Imagine you, just 3 years before the Delphi murders, huh? That's why there's like a lot of speculation about some elements from True Detective and the murder case, but it was close to that release, let's say. I don't know.
It's curious, where do killers get their inspiration for their fantasies that they carry out, right? So
yeah, 100%.
There's a few candidates.
A few candidates?
Yeah, maybe the show Vikings. Maybe the show, Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something. You never know.
Maybe Seven.
Yeah.
For sure. Shay Watson, have you seen The Body with Antonio Banderas? Talk about religion influenced by movie.
I don't remember.
Me neither. I don't know. I don't know what is that one, man.
Oh. With Antonio Banderas. So it's a 2001 film.
Okay.
Huh. A crucified body dated back to the 1st century AD is uncovered in an ancient cave in Jerusalem. Trouble ensues as word spreads. Oh,
Wow.
weird. All right. Yeah. Religious killers are. I wonder if the Stevenson's case
Yeah.
had religious aspects. That's what we've always theorized, right?
Do you know this movie, Resurrection?
No.
That's so interesting, man. There's a killer. In some aspects, is similar to Seven. There's a series of kills, and the killer is taking one part of the body. So from one murder, he takes the left hand, let's say, or the left arm. In the next murder, he takes the right hand. In the next murder, he takes the head. In the next murder, he takes the torso. So at the end, he's constructing like Jesus Christ's body made by all of these parts from different murders. And then like the cross, man, is really cool, that movie, Resurrection. Very interesting. The vibe is a little bit like Seven. Not that perfect, of course, but yeah, man.
Cool.
You can check on it. That's cool. I saw you playing Silent yesterday. How was that?
Yeah. I love horror video games too sometimes. My favorite though is The Last of Us 1 and 2. They did such a good job. And this Silent Hill so far, it seems well done. It still captures the feeling of when I was younger, which is important. A lot of people were talking mad smack about this game, the remake, because they redid some of the characters to look different.
Uh-huh.
Not worried about how characters look in a video game, though.
Why?
Because it's more about the story.
Yeah.
I like stories of people in impossible situations and then making it out alive, right?
Yeah, for sure. We have Fluffy Bunny, The Night of the Hunter. Robert Mitchum is an excellent film about a religious serial killer. Yeah, it's a lot of movies, man. It's crazy, huh? It's a lot of movies to watch. Anyways, I don't know, man. Anything else?
What's your thumbs up or thumbs down for this movie?
Yeah.
We already know the answer. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. If you haven't watched Seven, please go watch it. One of the best ever. And man, talk to the captain. Really want to have him here, man.
He's watching. He's
Someday it's gonna happen.
absolutely.
Okay, man. Next time we do True Detective. All right.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on, Cryptex. Until next time.
Thanks to you, man.
Take care.
Keep in touch. Bye-bye. See you guys. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Stay in touch. Bye-bye.